Welcome, class 7th. We start on with our final term syllabus. Hope you are healthy, safe, and happy with your midterm results. Now we start the final term syllabus with chapter 4, Photosynthesis. In all, there are 3 chapters now in your final term syllabus: photosynthesis, respiration, and one of the systems, that is excretory system. Now we know that plants are one of the most important living organisms of our environment. It's beautiful to see plants around us. They bring greenery into our environment. They are the organisms which utilize carbon dioxide and in return give us oxygen. Plus, they are the source of all food chains, the only ones to trap solar energy and turn it into food. Now, this process of plants by which they make their own food is called as photosynthesis. And all plants, the green plants especially, are called as autotrophs because they are able to make their own food using natural materials from the environment. So this type of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition, means self-feeder. Now photosynthesis is a process by which plants, green plants, use the energy in sunlight to produce carbohydrates from carbon dioxide and water. It's only done by green parts of the plants. Photo in the word photosynthesis means light and synthesis means combining. So during photosynthesis, glucose is synthesized and oxygen is released. So the simple equation for photosynthesis is carbon dioxide from air plus water from soil in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, the green pigment present in the green parts of the plant like leaves, young stems, buds, form glucose, which is stored in the plant as starch, and a gas oxygen is released into the atmosphere. So this solar energy of the sun is trapped by chlorophyll, the green pigment in plants, and changed into chemical energy in the form of glucose and starch. And then the plant uses glucose and stores extra energy as starch. So the basic process of photosynthesis involves trapping of sunlight by chlorophyll, and because of that the chlorophyll molecule becomes energized and it passes this energy into the water molecules which the plant has absorbed from the soil. The water molecules split in the presence of sun energy into H and OH groups. This is called photolysis or splitting of water in light. Now the OH groups form oxygen and are released into the atmosphere, while hydrogen combines with carbon dioxide which the plant has taken through stomata from air and turns it into glucose. This glucose is immediately turned into starch and stored in different parts of plants like roots, leaves, stems, and gradually when the plant needs energy, it is turned back to glucose for various plant processes. Now in photosynthesis, most important raw materials needed are carbon dioxide from air and water from soil. The helpers are sunlight and chlorophyll. This acts like a catalyst which helps in the reaction of photosynthesis but doesn't partakes in it. The end products are glucose and oxygen. Oxygen is released into the atmosphere while glucose is stored in the plant as starch, which we eat. That is, the heterotrophs, the ones which cannot make their own food, eat this starch and use it in their body. Now the photosynthetic organs or structures where the plant does photosynthesis is most importantly the leaf. The leaf is structured so that its main function is doing photosynthesis. It has a flat, broad surface so that maximum sunlight can be absorbed. Then it is placed on the stem in such a way that it faces sunlight to absorb as maximum sun's energy. It has thin epidermis top cover to protect the cells. The epidermis has, especially the lower one, has many minute pores called stomata to allow gaseous exchange of carbon dioxide in, oxygen out. Then the cells below epidermis, the parenchymatous cells, have lots of air spaces in it and chloroplast in them to absorb sunlight and air spaces to store carbon dioxide. In the middle lies vascular bundle containing xylem and phloem, the transporting tissue to bring in water from the roots, xylem, and to carry prepared food, that is starch or glucose, to other parts of plant via phloem. The stomata are special structures. The structure of stomata is unique in itself. They are tiny openings in the leaf epidermis. Each opening is called a stoma, a tiny pore-like structure surrounded by bean-shaped cells called guard cells. They act like doors to open and close the stomata and hence allow exchange of gases plus removal of excess water vapor in transpiration. The inner walls of the guard cells are thicker than the outer cells. When the guard cells fill with water, they become swollen up, turgid, and bulge outwards. And when they push outwards, the inner walls open the stoma. When the guard cells lose water, that is when the sun is setting, they become flaccid, decompressed, and this causes the inner walls to move and close the stoma. The chloroplast present in the parenchymatous cells within the leaf epidermis are special structures, double-walled structures, which you have learnt in the structure of cell in class 6th. The inner membrane of chloroplast forms disc-like thylakoids. These thylakoids contain chlorophyll, and the thylakoids are arranged like stacks of coins called grana, and all this structure lies in a jelly-like stroma. So this is the structure of chloroplast. Now photosynthesis has a lot of significance for life on earth. The excess of carbohydrates formed by the plant in photosynthesis are stored in different parts of the plant as starch. These parts are eaten by heterotrophs, that is animals, and serve as a food source for them. The oxygen gas produced as a byproduct is released during photosynthesis and helps to maintain the percentage of oxygen in the atmosphere, which is needed for respiration by both plants and animals. So next turn we are going to talk more about the process of photosynthesis.